Welcome to the right renovation. Keep motivated and stay on board. Good morning, it's Wednesday morning. I think I got the day wrong yesterday, but it's Wednesday. I seem to have lost a day. I'm up early. I've just started. I thought, why aren't I videoing this when I should be doing? So I've just sanded down slightly the filler I put all in there in the top. I've caulked it all the way along there and all the way along there. And I'm just giving it a little quick coat of Dulux matte finish white. I'm only giving it a thin coat to go across. Going onto the ceiling a little bit. Obviously painting the ceiling, yeah, I've got work to do with that. So I'm gonna put coat on all there and there. Then I'm gonna take all these doors off and drawers out. Any shelves or anything like that. I'm going to take them to the tip so I can keep on top of it, because we're 2 days from, well, we've got today, Thursday, Friday, the kitchen's coming. Don't really want to be without me hob and my sink till the last minute. Nothing worse than being without your sink. Although I could use that big sink in the downstairs toilet. That's a big old sink. Then, when I get back, my lad, who is a landscaper, has told me he's coming to do this. So we're having all these slabs up. You can see they used to have fire here, burnt all the slabs. But luckily next door wants most of the good ones, so I haven't got to get rid of that many. I'm going to come back and I'm going to take all these up, and he's laying me some porcelain slabs that just fit inside this concrete. My mum's coming tomorrow. She's going to carry on painting that fence. If it's dry, keep waiting for dry weather, because we painted it the other day and it rained, and look, it brought all the paint off. Well, on the top anyway. So all this horrible garden was 2 foot high in weeds and brambles. We put membrane down and we gravelled it. We took out the fence line that went across there. There's a small 3 foot fence line across there. We took all that out, which has opened it all up. Painted the garage door and window, and that's made a nice, big, lovely, safe area. And then I'm gonna have some new caps put on these, which I think the kids knocked them off with an hammer by the look of it, every corner. There was a bit of a paint throwing fest at one point, I think. As you can see, there's all paint on there, so I've got to get some Nitromorse, I think, and get that off. And then of course there's the paint on the back of the house, which I've got to address with Nitromorse. But I think my brother-in-law is a painter and decorator, so he says Nitromorse and jet wash it off. And I've got my work cut out for me today. It's going to be some graft, but there you go, it's all worth it. I love it when the plan comes together and loads gets done. So I'm going to get this painting done, get them to the tip, get them slabs up, and then I'll probably come back and put another coat of paint on there. So stay with me on the journey.
Day by day we push away, never stop, we find our way, move so fast we make it last, chasing time, it's running past. We race the sun, no time to stray, burning bright, we light the day, through the fire come what may, keep the rhythm all the way. Clocks tick loud, the world won't wait, every step decides our fate, hearts on fire, no room for doubt, in this race we're breaking out. We race the sun, no time to stray, burning bright.
Okay, so that's how to prepare a slab base. He needed 100mm taking out, so I had to take all the slabs up, all the bits of concrete out, all the edging out, and I've had to dig it down and take about 15-16 barrows load of earth out, raked it level. Hopefully tomorrow I'll come and chuck a ton of MOT base on, whack it down, mix up some mortar and put my porcelain slabs down, and we'll see what it looks like then. That's gone off and dry, so I'm going to give that another coat, although I'm aching from that graft. But yeah, so join me tomorrow for the slabbing project. So I'm hoping, he said he's going to get here about 10:30 for the stuff, so I'll get him working. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. So please stay with me and join me tomorrow. So my son turned up bang on time as normal. We got a ton of MOT down, whacked it down with the whacker. started laying. Nice bed of sand and cement. Obviously running along a string line along the front to get them all nice and level with a slight drop towards the left. Hello everybody, so it's time for that kitchen. We're working out in the garden today. I've done a few little bits, I'll show you them in a minute. But it's time to start getting this kitchen out. I've took the end unit out and that. Thought, Chris, you forgot to video again. But yeah, just easy enough. Just they're obviously screwed together and they're screwed up into the worktop. Get all the screws out and just pull them out. So I've had my skip delivered. It's a nice 4-yard skip, which I think is a good size. I'll show you. Like a big stand-up square one. I'm having to try and make room, as you can see. There are all the base units, all the rest is in the garage. I've got my bench set up, I've got stuff packed under there, I've got stuff packed down there. But once this is gone, then it'll all start disappearing and we'll get more and more room as we go along. I'm fortunate in the way that I can switch my gas off by turning this isolator valve there. So I'll be able to switch my gas off, undo that knuckle just there, that compression joint just there. The whole thing will come away. Now, I was informed after the fact that's not correct. You should have the pipe completely capped off, not just using the isolator valve. Obviously, we'll have to get somebody to come in and replumb the new gas hob, because we don't mess about with gas ever. Let the professionals do that. Come and do a gas check and make sure there's no leaks, because gas kills. Regardless of the cost, never scrimp. Try and get a competitive lad who'll do it. Somebody will quickly do it on the side view on his way home with something like that. It's as quick as that. Quickly show you what we've done outside. Got on dog sitting again. There's Candy. One of the craziest little Frenchies I've ever known. Good little girl though. As you can see, he's looking a spiffing. Me and my mum have painted all that second coat. All 13 panels. I've gone up to the top. Touched the gate up a bit. And I've stained this 6x2 that I've put on top of the wall with some decking stain, same as the garage door and window. I let it dry first though, because this decking stain, if you ever get it on your slabs or anything like that, you'll never get it off. So I did them up there by the gravel, out of the way, stained them. All I need to do now is put 3 masonry screws through, one there, one in the middle, one on the end, and that'll top that off lovely. As you can see, I've had the new caps put on. My son did that for me when he put this down, which is looking glorious now. And I put the gate on this morning. This was already here when I came. I took it off when I came. While it was hanging off. It needs a bit of a wire brush, a bit of a spray paint. That's the gravel for the front, which will obviously be gone once I do it, which won't be long. So it's that time, boys and girls. It's the kitchen. So let's watch this space then. Let's get it all out. We'll have to unplug the sink, which is a nightmare because you don't realise how bad it is without a sink. But I've got this ginormous one in here, so I can use that for doing some washing up and what have you while that's out. We need to see what obviously the walls are like behind, and we've got to get all the floor right. But I'm going to whop all this out and then we'll start making the units. Let's get on with it. Having a good look. She's my technical advisor. Need any help? Okay, so as you can see, we have 2 isolators there under the sink, so that's good. so we can disconnect the hot and cold. Looks like we're going to have to do some replumbing because I don't know if I like them pipes coming in like that. So let's get them disconnected. We've had a clear up. We've got all the units out. They're all in the skip. This is what we're left with. We've now got to do some replanning. When I took everything out there, I started getting a leak from the boiler, and it was a nut behind there somewhere that I managed to get in and tighten. It wasn't very tight. I've just nipped it up and it stopped the leak. So all's good. On the boilers, you have your condensation pipe. When your boiler runs, water comes out of here. It's a condensating boiler. So your water comes down here. They've gone down there, they've bodged it into a pipe there with a bit of tape and another pipe down into the waste pipe which goes out. I have no idea why. When the drain is over there, get my finger out the way. The main drain is just out there. For some reason, they've gone that way and gone out there and then run a pipe all the way along there. So obviously the sink's going to be here with the waste somewhere down there. The easiest way for me to do it and for it to look better is probably take the pipe along there and just go straight out there. So all we've got is that short pipe going there, out and straight into the drain. I'll show you outside. The drain comes out there, all the way along there and in there. When really, we can just come out of there, as far to the corner as we can, and straight in. And we've got that awful pipe there. My other dilemma is, this condensating pipe obviously goes into that drain. So what I need to do with this is probably elbow it here, go straight through the wall there and out and down. And then that's all as it should be, safe. That'll take another pipe out here that we've got to cut round with the worktop. So that would make sense. Then we get rid of all that horrific stuff. When I moved in, you might find this funny, but when I move in, I always have a water meter fitted. The only fact is, most of the time I'm on my own, I don't use that much water. So the reason I've one fitted is because they always put me a new stop tap in. Because 9 times out of 10, you come to these renovations, you have hell's own job switching off the water if it's not got a meter here. So they always come and put me a new stop tap in. He put me one there and put me one there. So I've got 2. I think that might have been an original, but he says, I'll put you a brand new one in right at the feed so you can just switch it off and you know it works well. And it does. You've also got a bleed there, so you can turn that tap, put a hose on, and you could drain your whole system out by using that, which is handy. And I am going to have to cut the back out of the unit so I can get to all this. Obviously the water pipes, I'm not 100% sure what's going on with this. That's the hot and cold, obviously. We've got 2 sets of isolators on there. Obviously these have been added. I don't think they need to be sticking out into the sink that far. I think we will be able to probably tap off here, reuse the isolators, make good a fix there, so that won't be so sticking out. So we've got a lot of prep work to do. Obviously that's a vent that they've for some reason sprayed. It's good to have air behind your units. Could stop any mould, because it does look a bit damp down there. The walls aren't damp. I mean, there's been leaks over the years. So yeah, and there's the gas pipe for the cooker. That's the now debunked oven. We can take that out, get that out of the way. We've got this new one coming in there below the units. So yeah, we have got quite a bit of prep work to do really before I can crack on. Maybe I should spend the rest of today. It's 11 o'clock. Not sure if I've got a drill that size, 22 mil, and I will need to fetch some Flowplast. If you get this as Flowplast, you can get the little elbows and everything that you just glue on, stick in, they're perfect. We've made progress, and it does, like I said to you, always looks worse before it looks better, but we're getting there. I'm gonna get on Screwfix, I'm gonna make sure I've got all the tools I need, and then we'll crack on doing that. Okay, so I've come back with all my pipes. What I've done is I've drilled through, as you can see, and I've elbowed the pipe outside. Just use the flash flow pipes and solvent weld. Can't beat them, you get a really tight seal. So we've got that coming down from there, straight out of the wall, as you can see. Straight out. That's going to go straight down. Then we're going to elbow that all the way along, put it in the drain. I'm happy with that. I want to crack on inside before I finish that. So now I'm going to rip all this drain pipe out. I'm going to clip these pipes on properly at the back wall. So if you can see, they're all loose. They shouldn't be really. I'm going to get them all clipped. I'm going to get some clips from the garage. Put some new clips along there, get them nice and sturdy. We'll look at boring a hole through for the sink drain down there. So all should be good. So let's get on with it. Okay, let's get it off. Okay, I'll show you my core bit set. Obviously 4-inch, 40mm, 32mm. So we need a 40mm for drain from your sink is a 40mm. So this goes together like so. So that screws in the top of there. And then the drill bit goes in the bottom of there. We'll put all that together, attach it to the drill, and then decide where we're drilling. Take it with you. Whitey's Renovations. You always get the warts and all. Candy's having a good look. We've got that about right, I think. We're just coming through that bottom corner above that brick. I'll leave you here while I drill that last bit. As you can see, that side blows the wall. There's a good chance it'll blow the... Video is shocking. But we've got the old through, so what we'll do is kind of work in reverse. I'm going to put the pipes on outside, thread it through, cut it, and we'll drop a pipe along there. Okay, so what we need for this job, a pair of pipe cutters, great little bit of kit these, get a nice straight cut in the pipe, some solvent weld, and two 40s. Two 90 degrees. I put that pipe in, and I said I was going to crack on, but I got to it and put it on, put pipe clips on, run it along, run it down into there. How direct is that? Straight out, straight in the drain. Obviously there's the pipe coming through. We want to come straight along there, and then we're just going to leave a length along there. Okay, so we can measure up. We are going to go in slightly because it's cut in there. Obviously if you look, this lip here is how far it goes in if you look inside. So you have to allow for that much. So that was nice to touch more. Pipe's been put in under the boiler, out, that's now securing the drain. Well, that awful drain and that mess that went along there, all we'll have is the drain pipe coming up there, which will be clamped to the wall. We'll U-bend a 90-degree off straight into the drain. Happy days. And we know it's not going to leak. The only mechanical joint it'll have is where it joins at the drain. So I think that's good. I'm not going to bother touching these until we've got the sink in and we know where the tap and the metal pipe, flexible pipes are going to go. But I won't be keeping it on. That's in the middle of the unit. Seems a bit daft to me. So we might do a bit of jiggery pokery, special righty soldering. But nothing's leaked yet, so we're in business. So yeah, it's cracking on. I need to have a good clear up. So I'm going to call it a day today. I need to clear a bit of stuff up in the garden. But thanks for watching. Join me tomorrow and we're going to start getting some of these units in. See you tomorrow.